Hi guys, thanks for joining me. So this is the finale of my Jeff appreciation build. If you recall, I was doing the 1/35th scale Tamiya Vietnam War Jeep. Just a couple of things before I show you the build. If you recall, when myself and Charlie Mack started this appreciation build, I said that I would do a video of the all the finished kits that you guys had done. So we said that the finish date was the 10th of December. So what I would suggest is, if you want your builds to appear in that video, I'll give you my email address, and if you just send me some photographs of your build, I'll try and put something together, so we got something at the end of it and we can see everybody's finished builds in one place. It's also that something that Jeff can have then to keep. So that's the first thing. Second thing is that when I started this build, I said that I would do some figures with it and do a small diorama, but I've got to be honest, I've got it to a point today without the figures, and I'm quite pleased with the result, so I'm just going to do it as the Jeep and the driver. I shan't be adding anything else to it. So without further ado, I'll get the build and we'll have a look at it together. Okay guys, so here it is. This is the Tamiya 1/35th scale Ford Mutt. Obviously it's a model of the Jeep that was used during the Vietnam War. Really fun kit to put together. No fit issues at all with this. It was a breeze, but then that's what you expect from Tamiya. I just want to point out a few things, something that I've tried a bit different on this build, and the first one is what would you call these? The headlights, the glass for the headlights. Now, believe it or not, Tamiya give you a green plastic headlight front and tell you to paint it silver. There's not clear plastic for the headlights, and when I was hunting high and low for them, and then I found the sprue and I thought that can't be right, and sure enough there was a green disc. Actually I've got one of them here. I'll just show it you if I can. So it was just that green disc, and you were supposed to paint that silver. So I was kind of scratching my head, how do I replicate the headlights? And then I remember watching quite some time ago now, people vac forming stuff with a bit of clear plastic that you get from packaging and things like that, and you basically pull it down over something, and then you can cut it to the right size and then use it. Now I've got to admit, I didn't do too well to start off with. I was boiling a kettle, and then I was putting the clear plastic over the spout, waiting it to go kind of flexible, and then trying to pull it, but it was cooling too fast. So I scolded myself a couple of times, so that wasn't very clever of me. And then my old memory kind of went back a bit more, and it's like you have to hold it over a candle or something, and it becomes even more flexible, and that's what I did. And after a couple of attempts I managed to pull it over it was actually a pen top, you know, like the pens that you click. It was one of those tops, and I pulled the clear plastic over that and then just cut it to what I approximated was the right size. So I was really pleased with the end result. They're glued in with some of the white glue that it's crystal clear, I think it's called, and when that dries, it dries clear, so that was pretty good. Now this diorama base isn't particularly good for this Jeep because I muddied it up a bit, and I'm hoping that you can pick up that we've got the wet mud around the tyres here, but then we've got dry mud on the inside, which was just a little touch that I liked. If I just show you the driver, so I have to admit I'm quite pleased with the way that the driver's turned out. That was just I think it was Vallejo's camo green, and then so I put that on first, then I put a product from Games Workshop. It was like a green shade, like a wash, so I put that over, which is much darker, and then you put the camo back over just and leave the recesses with the washing, and then you just try and keep highlighting, and it didn't turn out as I say, too bad at all. The helmet is just various greens, and I think there's a bit of I don't know if it's grey green or beige in there, just to give that pattern. The M16 didn't come with the kit. That's borrowed from the figure kit that I bought for this, and as you can see that the butt of the gun and the barrel section is black, and then we've got a little bit of green across the top there, and the handle is in black, and then directly underneath the ammo case is in like a metallic silver. If I just turn the Jeep around a bit more, and we'll zoom out a bit. So this tarp in the back here, the reason I had to put that on was the rear seat. If you look on the internet at these Jeeps, there should be springs going along the back of the seat. Well, of course, with this Tamiya kit, it's just a plain back, so there was no detail there. So in order to hide that, I just put a tarp over the top, and all that is, which you guys probably know how to do, is just a piece of tissue, and then I wetted it with watered down wood glue, and then when it dries like a solid shape, and then I just painted it Vallejo's khaki, and then did a wash of Games Workshop thing again. I think it was sepia, and then once that was dry, I went back with the khaki to get the flat areas, and then highlighted with some white added to the khaki. Just bring it round a bit more so you can see the other side. So I quite like the wood effect that I managed to get on the tools. Here we got the shovel, on the other side we had the axe. That was quite good. That was just a dark brown, I think Games Workshop dark brown, and then once that was dry I just got a very thin brush and I just kind of did a dotted line on a couple of points to try and give the wood effect. The Jeep, the symbol here is for the United States Marine Corps, so that's that. If I bring it round completely, the windshield is actually the glazing in the windshield, that's actually push fitted on. It's one long length, and I managed to push it in obviously this side, and it stayed there, so I was quite pleased about that because it meant that I didn't have to use any glue. The mud is a Games Workshop product, which is one of their textured paints, and I added some dark earth pigment from MIG, and I just mixed that all up and splotched it on here and there. I tried to get some rust effects on part of the vehicle just to age it a bit. Not sure whether they actually work. So the end result, it was supposed to be this Jeep with the Sheridan that I did earlier in the year. I'll just try and bring that in. And then we were supposed to have some figures stood round talking to the driver, but as I say, I've got to this point and I'm thinking I really like the way it is, so I'll stick with it as it is. So that's it, Jeff. I hope you like this, mate, and as I say, it's just to give an appreciation for all that you do for the community, and just being a really great person. Really do appreciate you, mate. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch up with you soon.